there everyone, it's Moose, and thank you so much for joining me back here. Today we're doing a reading vlog for a book that I have read before, but it feels almost like I haven't. Today we're going to be reading An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir. This is book 1 in the Ember in the Ashes series. There are 4 books in that series. And I am buddy reading this with Ange, and I'm so excited. I've never done a buddy read before. Makes sense it would be with Ange. I will link her channel down below. Go check her out. She's amazing. She has graciously kind of made a schedule for us. We're reading, I think it's like 147, something like that. 127, something, a little over 100 pages a week to finish this in a month. I have almost met our weekly goal. It is currently Saturday. We never discussed like what day the week rolls over or anything like that, but we're not really sticking to it super tight, I don't think. We're kind of just experiencing this together. I'm on page 87. I'm about to start chapter 11. And like I say, I remember the basics of this book. I remember the masks. I remember like how our main characters kind of meet each other. But other than that, I don't remember a whole lot about this book. I especially don't remember how it ends. So I'm excited. I am enjoying it so far. I feel, like I said earlier, I feel like I'm reading it for the first time. The past couple of nights when I've sat down to read it, I'm invested. And it's not because like I know it's coming, because I don't know it's coming. I just don't remember. It's been 2 or 3 years now since I read this. And I listened to it on audiobook the first time around, so I don't remember a whole lot of it. Let me decide now. Am I going to make this spoiler-free or spoiler-filled? Spoiler-filled. I'm going to talk freely in this vlog. I'm going to express my thoughts. So if you don't want spoilers, this is maybe not the vlog for you. This series is old enough now to where I feel comfortable making it kind of open. I feel like a lot of people who wanted to read this series have maybe read it by now, at least the first book. So I'm going to talk freely throughout this vlog. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Almost 100 pages in, a little shy. I definitely plan to, meet 100 pages tonight, and I'm excited. Hey friends, just a little update. I'm terrible at reading vlogs. I really need to get back into the groove of them. I'm sorry. It has been like 2 or 3 weeks since I last updated you. Fell off of the schedule a little bit. Thankfully, Ange is so graceful and just shows me so much grace, and kind of just stopped reading when she got to one of our checkpoints so I could catch up because I fell behind. I just had a lot of work to do. We went home and visited family for a week. A lot of work deadlines, that kind of stuff. Still in school, in college, so fell off a little bit. I am caught back up. Thank you, Ange, for waiting on me. You're so great. I'm on chapter 25. I'm about to start chapter 25, page 239. It's going to be a Elia chapter. Thoughts so far. I'm currently past the second trial. So Elias and Helene have gone through the first 2 trials. I found the first trial the most interesting, I think. But the second one was definitely interesting as well. Elias is my favorite right now. I like his perspective the best. I found his story the most interesting. I also just like his character more, I think. I know it'll change. Like there's just a gut feeling in myself that it will change. But right now, Elias' character is kind of weak and cowardly. And I never really connect with those kind of characters. I like a strong main character. Again, I think that will change as the story progresses, as the series goes on. But in this moment, I don't know. It's already starting to change. She's already developing a little bit. And she's becoming more brave, and she's becoming braver and taking more risks and that kind of stuff. But in this moment, I like Elias's character the best. And I don't know that will change. I tend to like male protagonists maybe a little bit more than female protagonists for some reason. So far, I am shipping Elias and Helene a little bit for some reason. I don't know. There's undertones of implications that Elias and Elia will get together, because he always talks about how beautiful she is and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I ship him with Helene right now because he also has feelings for her. I also ship Elia with Keenan, which is the resistance leader. he's not like the head guy, but he's one of the main leaders of the resistance. And again, she kind of mentions being like drawn to him in certain ways too. So I ship both of those couples. I don't know that I really ship them together yet. If they do end up together, if Elias and Laia end up together, I don't know that I ship it right now. I'm sure some things will change. They'll start interacting more. Their stories will start crossing a little bit more, and I might ship them more later on. But for right now, I ship the two separate pairs right now. Helene is an interesting character for me. I'm just getting all my thoughts out because, it's, like I say, it's been like 2 weeks. I'm like halfway through at this point, so I have some thoughts. Helene is an interesting character. I'm excited to figure out what's going on with her. Ange and I both are kind of like wondering what's happening with her and what secrets she's hiding, because it's obvious that she's hiding something. We just found out that she kind of has magic in her system, in her blood, I don't know, in herself, a little bit, because Elias in the second trial like got knocked out, hit his head, and she sang to him to keep him alive, and she sang to him to heal him while he was in the infirmary and stuff like that. So we found out that she has magic in her blood somehow. So I'm excited to see more from her character. She might end up being my favorite character. Who knows? I'm also excited to see, or anxious to see more so, what her deal is with Marcus. I hope she kills him, because I hate him so far. I'm reading this for the first time, essentially. I remember nothing from this. As I'm reading it, it's kind of like, oh yeah, that does happen. But in the moment, like, I have no idea what's coming. It's like I'm reading it for the first time. I think it's because I listened to it as an audiobook the first time, so I don't retain as much when I listen to things as an audiobook. I retain a lot more if I read it physically. So this is just like I'm reading it for the first time. But we found out now, but I did have the theory that the commandant was talking to, like, what are they? The ghouls or whatever, the shadow creatures. And that's how she got her information. Laia just discovered that she was talking to, what is it, the Nightbringer, the Darkbringer? I want to say the Nightbringer, something like that. So yeah, I think my theory has been confirmed a little bit, but it's not like outright said that, but I think it's been confirmed a little bit. I don't know. I have no idea how this is going to end. I should know because I've read this before. I have no idea, but I'm excited for it. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. I'm enjoying having Ange to read this along with, to kind of text periodically with theories, and just if I'm excited about a scene or something. It's been great. Like I said, I'm about halfway through right now. Our next milestone is like chapter 30 something, maybe. We have 2 more milestones to go, 2 more checkpoints that she's created. So one about, 3/4 of the way through, and then the last 1/4 of the way through. We will not finish this by the end of the month because of me. It's my fault. I'm so sorry. It's my fault for falling behind, but I should be back on track. My schedule's opening up a lot more. I'm taking on less work because I'm just overworking myself. Here's your little PSA. It's okay to take a step back. If you're overworking yourself, you gotta take care of yourself. So anyways, that's where I'm at. I'm excited. I'll update you whenever I have something else to say. Hey friends, it's kind of loud here, so I don't know how well you will be able to hear me, but I'm reading the Moon Festival right now, and I really kind of ship Laia and Keenan right now. I think that will change maybe, but in this moment, like, I'm feeling them a little bit. I like their connection, and I still like Elias and Helene, even though they just had a falling out. But I'm excited to see what happens. No ma'am. I'm excited to see what happens when Elias and Laia meet up, because I assume he's going to confront her here at the Moon Festival. I just started his chapter. I'm excited. Hey friends, I'm loving life right now. I'm enjoying this so much. I'm in the middle of the festival still, and Laia and Elias just had their dance, and he like freaked out and was like, oh no, the marshals are coming, everybody run. And I'm in the middle of that part, but I'm loving it. I'm so invested in the story. I'm so invested in these characters. The tribeswoman that comes up to Elias in the middle of the festival. I'm anxious to see what her deal is. I still ship Laia and Keenan, but I also ship Laia and Elias. I don't know if this is going to turn into like a love triangle, a love square. If you throw Helene in there, if you take Keenan out, it could still be a love triangle. I don't know what's going to happen. But I find myself like supporting all of these relationships somehow. Not together. Like, I don't want anybody to be unfaithful or anything like that. But I don't know. I think I would be happy with whatever match ends up happening, because it's YA. I do think some kind of match is going to happen. Otherwise, I'm liking it. That's where I'm at. Getting ready to get into like a really intense part, I think. So we're having quiet time in my house. This is going to be my quiet time. Hey friends, my kids are in the living room watching cartoons. It's a lazy day here in our house this morning. I slept with wet hair, so my bangs are just doing whatever they want to. Besides the point, I'm getting ready to start chapter 33. I think Laia and Izzy are trying to find the entrance into Blackcliff, and Izzy says she's found it, so she's taking Laia to go see it herself. Two things I wanted to mention real quick. I don't trust Mazin. In my head, I want to say Mazine, but there's only one E, so I don't know. The leader of the Resistance. Don't trust him. I don't believe him. I think he's lying to her to get what he needs, and I think she's going to get screwed over in the end. I also find it interesting the way that Elias in his head is constantly comparing Laia and Helene, and Laia does the same thing in her head. She's constantly comparing Keenan and Elias. So this is like two separate love triangles. I don't know how you would describe it, but it's interesting, and I'm excited to see what happens. I just finished a chapter where Helene and Elias had their big falling out. He tells her, like, you love me and I don't love you, and they're going back and forth, and she said something about the deal she made for him, the sacrifice she made for him, and I'm pretty sure this is what's going on with Marcus and Helene. I don't know what kind of deal she made. I don't know what the consequences are, but it got me amped up, and now I want to keep reading, but I have obligations. Yeah, I have to feed my children and take care of them and that kind of stuff. But I'm excited to keep reading, specifically to find out what's going on with Helene, because I have no idea. Hey yo, I'm about to start chapter 38, I think. 38, third trial, and I'm pretty excited. I am more excited because Angie and I have been talking about the book as we read through and stuff, and she is ahead of me right now. She's always ahead of me, and she told me that this chapter left her so shook and like anxious that she just had to read the next chapter. So it puts me a little bit more on edge hearing her say that. I would already anticipate this to be a good chapter and like have an intense moment or whatever, just because it's a trial chapter. But just her reaction to it is making me even more curious and excited to read it. So I'm getting ready to read it now. I'm going a little crazy. I just finished chapter 38. I'm about to start chapter 39. Okay, I expected them to fight against each other. I didn't expect Elias to actually kill Helene. And of course the next chapter isn't even an Elias chapter. It's a Laia chapter. So now I'm going a little crazy. Thoughts right now. My gut says that everyone's not dead. Earlier in this chapter, Elias has the thought, he thinks, like, is there anything these guys can't do? Talking about the augurs. And Cain says, the only thing we can't do is die. So in my head, that means that they could probably bring everyone else back. So I think it was more of like a mental test of if he could actually kill his friends instead of more of like a lasting physical death. That's my theory right now. I'm hoping they bring everyone back and he just doesn't lose everyone that he cares about. But that's where I'm at right now. Excuse my fan. I know it's loud. I'm on page 371. I'm in the chapter after the trial where Elias goes to his room and he finds Laia. And this is not going how I thought it was going to go. I expected them to like get to know each other, share some deep truths. I didn't expect them to like get intimate. I don't know if it's going to stay intimate, but like in this paragraph it is, so I was just like, I needed to talk about it. And I'm still kind of torn because I still like Helene. Even though Elias says he doesn't love her, I don't necessarily believe him. I think he's just in denial. I don't know how I feel. I don't hate it, but I'm not sitting here like, yes, you know. I don't know. I finished that chapter, and I like the way it ended a lot more. They had a bit of a moment. She gave him some advice. I want to go to sleep. It's like after 11:30, and I told myself, I was like, I'm not going to stay up late tonight, but here I am. The next chapter is an Elias chapter, and it's only like 4 pages. I think I'm going to read that one and go to bed, and then maybe finish this tomorrow. I just finished that chapter, and it ends with Elias and Helene getting taken for the trial of loyalty. And now I'm sitting here like, I need to finish it, but I don't want to tonight. I have less than 100 pages left. I'm going to save it for tomorrow. I can't. I don't want to stay up this late, but I want to know what happens. I'm going to save it for tomorrow. Good morning, friends. My kids are playing, having some good playtime together. And I have less than 70 pages left. I have like 60 something. So, hey, Mom, I'm going to read. Are you talking? I'm talking to myself. Where are you talking? I'm talking to myself. You see yourself? Yeah. Hey friends, what's up? I'm in front of my bookshelf. I never show you guys my bookshelf anymore. Since we moved, like the lighting in this room is not the greatest. But here's my bookshelf just to give you, some insight. It really needs reorganized in a bad kind of way. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to end this vlog for an Ember in the Ashes. Loved it. Excited to read the next one. Me and Ange are going to buddy read the next one too, which I'm so excited. I had so much fun. This was my first buddy read. And I had so much fun reading this alongside her and just texting each other anytime something excited happened, anytime we had a theory about what was going on. I loved it. I had so much fun, and I'm so excited to read the rest of the series with her. Ending thoughts. I like Kane. Yeah, he's kind of a bad guy, but I don't think he's like bad. I think he knew everything that was going to happen, and I think he is in support of it. I think he wants Elias and Laia to tear down the empire or whatever it is. I think he's tired, and since they can't die, I feel like they're just kind of they've just been alive for so long that they're ready to move on, is my suspicion. So I like him, and I like that he's kind of all-knowing, and he's not compassionate, but he does what needs to be done for the greater good. So I like his character. I am a little sad about Keenan. I don't know how I feel about the romances in this. I like Elias and Laia, but I also like Elias and Helene. And I think Keenan's dedication at the end in getting Laia out and making plans for her to escape and all of that was admirable. And it kind of breaks my heart a little bit to think about in the next book he's going to meet her at their meetup point, and it's not going to be her, it's going to be Izzy. Let me just say I like that too. I love that she got Izzy out. But yeah, I'm sad for him that he went through all that trouble and obviously cares that much about her to go through all that trouble, and she's not fully retaliating that. Makes me sad for him. I don't know. In my gut, I still feel like Elias and Helene are not finished yet. But anytime Elias and Laia are like left alone together, there's like this chemistry connection. And in that moment, I'm like, yeah, I support this. So I don't know. I don't know where I land. I'm still confused. I plan on doing a reading vlog for the next one as well. I hope to start that one tonight. So that's besides the point. Overall, I was super happy with this. I did not remember how it ended. I didn't remember anything, guys. I thought the ending was fantastic. I love that Cook helped Laya in her escape from Blackcliff. I think it's excellent the way that it kind of comes full circle, and the tunnel that Elias was digging in the beginning is the same tunnel that they used to escape. I'm so excited for the next one. I did listen to this one on audiobook the first time, and I remembered nothing from it. So it was like I was reading this for the first time, and I'm blown away. I loved it. I'm so disappointed that it took me so long to read these, guys. I've had these on my shelves years now. At least 5 years they've sat on my bookshelf, if not longer. And that saddens me so much because I love this. If anything, that's motivation for me to kind of get a little kick in my butt and to read my TBR shelf. Love this one. Sad it took me so long. Gives me motivation to continue reading my TBR shelf. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe down below and leave a comment. Let me know if you've read this book. Let me know your thoughts. I'm excited to hear everyone else's thoughts because I personally loved it, and I think it's worth the hype. Absolutely. I think it's worth the hype. It was so good. And I'm so glad I read it. Okay. Meet you back here next time. See ya!